Hey guys, it's Nolan from Trade and Train. Just going to go through a few charts, dollar index, euro, cable and dollar NOK ahead of the Fed announcement a little bit later on today. Just do a little bit of analysis and go through what we could possibly expect to happen. So we'll just start off with the dollar index. I'm just going to really break it down from scratch so you can see what we're kind of looking at. So this is the weekly. You can see at the moment it's actually in a weekly uptrend on average, making higher highs, higher lows. We can draw in trend line. Let's have a look which looks like the best trend line. Trend lines are subjective actually, so just because I'm drawing it like this doesn't mean that you might do the same. You might do a trend line like that, for instance. Joining these two lows here, but and this is a fake out, but I'm just going to join these two here. Okay. We've also got some kind of channel going on. So we can draw something at the top here. So we can see, on average, dollar index is moving to the upside. Just drop to the daily. Okay, we've seen price move to the downside here and change cycles. So we've had a low, lower low, higher low. So we've changed cycle here. So it looks like buyers have come back in charge of the market again. And you'll notice an interesting area actually around here, where when price gets there, or more recently when price has reached this point, around about 98.3, just short of 98.4, we'll call it 98.3. Sellers come in and they come in quite aggressively. So this is a very interesting point at the moment. Also got, if we drop down to the 4 hour, little bit of a trend line going on. There's a couple actually. You've got a bigger one here. Okay, you could also put this one in here if you really want to. So a few different trend lines there, but as you can see, it's buyers are in charge, moving to the upside. So what's going to happen? Well, it really depends on what the Fed say. The forecast is 25 basis points cut. Okay, that's what the rumor is. Now, if that is the case later on, then I think that price is actually priced into the market. So I actually think we could test this 98.3 region, and in fact, if it is 28 basis points, or if there's no change at all, I think we are going to be testing this 98.3 region, and we could possibly break it. Okay, if we get a daily close higher than these candles here, higher than this kind of region I've marked out, then I think we are going to see further upside. So we're talking to the top of this channel, perhaps 99 even. We could draw a fib, that might help us. So we've got the impulse from this low here to this high here. We've already got to a 27 fib extension. If we do break higher, we could be looking at the 61.8, which is 98.72. So yeah, could be looking for a real push on the dollar index there. depending on what the Fed say. Now, if they really surprise us and we get a 50 basis point cut, then we are pretty much going to see the dollar sink, I would say. So we've got our trend line here. We'll look for the break of this trend line. And in fact, if we break out of this structure altogether, okay, breaking this low here, then we're going to be looking for significant downside. So look to see what the Fed say later. If we do get a 50 basis points cut, then expect a very big drop. To me, 25 basis points is priced in. If there's no cut at all, then we should see this really shoot up to the upside. Or, you know what, we might see no reaction at all. We never really know, do we? In which case, I would like to see this trend line tested. And then we will go for this 98.3 again. So a few different options there, but really it does depend on, you know, what the Fed do later. But I can see this 98.3 being tested again. It's really whether we break above it. Depends what they say later. So, I mean, we don't really trade the dollar index, but the closest thing we do trade to the dollar index is euro dollar, which is basically the inverse of the dollar index. So if we're looking for longs on the dollar index, we'll be looking for shorts basically on euro. So we can see, like the dollar index is in a weekly uptrend, euro is in a downtrend on the bigger time frame. Let's put it on the weekly so you can see that. So a big sharp move down here, but then since then really it's been quite lots of ups and downs, but you can see on average that price is moving to the downside. Can we draw in a trend line maybe? Let's have a look. Not too sure which trend line I prefer on here. Quite like that one actually. It's getting in that point there, that point there, that point there with this fake out maybe. So let's look at the cyclicity of where at the moment, okay? On this daily chart we can see a move down, we can see a correction, and we can see another move down. Maybe that's easier to see if we put some EMAs on. You can see that change from buyers to sellers, and you can see the cross in EMAs. You know, some people trade EMAs. This is a 20 and a 10, by the way, if you're interested. So yeah, we could see, this was previous support here, we could actually see a little pullback on euro back to around this level, 1.12, maybe push it a little bit higher, 1.12200, but around this area. And then if we get a sell set up, a bearish candle, then we could see another move down, at least to this level. This level is actually significant. You can see buyers have come in at this level. So we might see that level tested again. But you know, that level isn't set in stone, but it hasn't been broke in quite a while. If we go back on the weekly, we can extend this over to there. You know, we can see that it is a significant level, okay, but price can break through it. So if we really do see that big push in the dollar index to the upside, that's what's going to you know, push euro past this level to the downside. So yeah, right at this moment in time, just on a technical basis, I'll be looking for that pullback in there, and if we get a rejection right about 1.12 to 1.22, then I'll be looking for some kind of sell setup and take it back down here, down into the really nice weekly support level. One currency that is on everyone's lips at the moment is the pound. We've seen it really sink. We've had the new Prime Minister come in, Boris Johnson, who seems quite adamant on, you know, if Europe aren't willing to renegotiate the deal, which we've already rejected, the one that they negotiated with Theresa May, which has been rejected, you know, several times. If Europe aren't willing to renegotiate, then he's basically said, okay, well, we're going to leave without a deal. That's that. And yeah, since then we've seen price have a massive drop. And I actually think he will do that. I don't know whether he's just trying to call that bluff, but I actually think he will do that. So it's actually better for Europe if they come to some form of deal and agreement where, you know, everyone's happy at least a little bit. So it's probably in their benefit really to try and negotiate a deal. But until then, I mean, we are looking for, still looking short, I think, after what's happened on pound. We're still looking for shorts. We're back into this area. However, let's just put, this area is significant, okay? But price can push below. This is a weekly time frame, remember. Price can push below and even lower than that. Okay, so I think if Europe, you know, come and say, okay, we're willing to negotiate, then I think we're going to see then some upside on pound. But if that doesn't happen, and we do go to a no deal, I can see further downside on cable. But now is the wrong time to sell. We've had a big move down. We'd at least be looking for ideally some kind of pullback. It may happen, it may not. You know, look at this move here, big move here. We didn't really get any kind of pullback. You know, as a technical analyst, you perhaps expect price to break this level of support here, retest it. Cable often doesn't retest, but you know, we would hope that it would. We can see this level here. We can also draw some EMAs in. So it would be really nice if pound did pull back into perhaps this area or into the moving averages, and then we saw a bearish candle or bearish reaction, then looking to trade that south again back into this same level here. You know, if we got into a trade at this level here, then you could take off some money here and then see what happens. Are we actually going to break a little bit lower down? You could have a target to around this area here. So doesn't look good for cable at the moment, and that's all to do with politics. It's all to do with Brexit. So we're going to see. Hopefully we're going to get some sort of pullback, and if we get some kind of pullback and perhaps a daily rejection candle, you know, like we've got this big pullback here and a daily rejection, you could do a sell stop below. If we get that pullback and a nice bearish daily candle, sell stop below, then we can look to make some points on that. The other trade of interest, and it's something that I posted yesterday in the free Telegram channel, and if you don't know what that is, then I'll talk about that in a little while, was dollar NOK. So, I mean, regardless of what happens, well, is it regardless? We'll see. There is a very strong area on dollar NOK, okay, where sellers have continually come into the market. And that's around about 8.8. Okay, so this is a weekly chart. We can see what happens. Buyers come in, test this 8.8 level. Didn't test it there, actually didn't test it there, but we had the push up there. Here, just about, high was 8.80120. Tested it there. Didn't quite reach it there, but you can see that type of area there, sellers come into the market. So it really depends on what type of trade you are. With the Fed news coming out later, do you want to just risk it? Because potentially it is a very good entry into the market if price does turn around at that 8.8 level. You know, decide where you want to put a stop if you want to take it, whether you just want to put it perhaps 8.85. Let's do this properly. So 8.8, maybe. No, didn't do that right. There we go. You know, maybe you want to risk 0.5% on it. And then, you know, you could look to trade it back to, you know, this weekly range. 8.45 is quite significant here, but more recently we haven't, you know, tested it, so we could just perhaps trade it down to maybe these lows here. So, you know, you got to decide as a trader, do you want to risk it? That's a good risk to reward actually. That's 6.25%. So you could actually risk, because it is risky, because we've got the Fed announcement later and we've got NFP on Friday. It is a little bit risky, but you could risk, say, 0.5% of your account and you could be making 3%. So that's down to you as a trader and what you want, but this is quite a significant area, as you can see. So on any normal day, you know, I would say put a sell limit in there, you know, day in, day out. But it just with the Fed announcement, it is a little bit more riskier. So you might want to, if you like it, maybe just do it at a reduced risk. Okay, so that's dollar, euro, cable, and dollar NOK. So dollar index, we will see what the Fed say. Euro, like to see 1.12 tested, and then a bearish reaction. Cable would like to see some kind of pullback before selling again. So pull back into around about 1.239, maybe even the big number 1.24. And we're looking for a bearish reaction. And dollar NOK really looking to sell at 8.8 in line with the weekly resistance level. So there's a few charts for you to have a look at, have a think about. I did mention our free Telegram channel, which I'll put the link in the comments. I know a lot of you are in it already, but we put trade ideas on there and free analysis. There's also details of our 2-day course, which is coming up in October, and that's being held in Chelsea in London. A very nice hotel there. You'll get snacks, you'll get lunch, you'll get snacks in the afternoon, drinks. I'll be there. Mark Owen will be there, and yeah, it's going to be really good. And we're going to teach you a lot of stuff. And you know, when you leave after the 2 days, you know, you should have a lot of knowledge to go out there and make some sensible trading decisions. And you know, we're going to talk about lots of stuff. You know, support, resistance, different types, dynamic, horizontal, trend lines. We're going to talk about different candle patterns to look for, morning star patterns, evening star patterns, shooting stars. You know, different things you can look for on a chart which will give you an advantage, you know, and a bias when placing a trade. So there's going to be lots of stuff. We're going to try and cram a lot of stuff in as much as we can in 2 days. So anyway, the link for that is in the free Telegram channel. So, you know, have a look, and it'd be great to see you guys down there. There are limited places. There's only so many people we can fit in the room. So, you know, if you are interested, just get booked on. If you like the video, please like it, and subscribe to future videos as well, and also share it if you can. If you know some other traders that might be interested in the Telegram channel, please share it. So that's it from me today. Nolan, I'm one of the senior traders at the Live Traders Club, or Trade and Train. If you are trading today, please trade sensibly, maybe at reduced risk. Or, you know what, you don't need to trade at all. You might want to just wait until the end of the day, look at the daily candle, and maybe make a judgment tomorrow after what's happened. Alright, so that's it from me for today. You stay well, trade safe, and we'll speak to you soon. Bye for now.